Greg, did you have anything for the horse program, Bailey, or any other 4-H?
Are you going to serve on that committee?
Yes.
He's willing to do that. If you want to give him the 2 names of
Randy?
Myself, Randy, and
Okay.
whoever the commissioners appointed will be,
Okay.
have our committee going. Thank you.
Thanks, Jeff. Rick?
You want me to address this first? Lewis just sent a text that he can't make it, but wants to know if you can do 2,500 since that's about what they paid last time. You've already,
No, I think we put a total together last time, so.
It's 3,000, right?
Yep. 3,000, don't know.
I'll make a motion, it's 3,000, what we
I'll
discussed
second.
last time.
I'll
we already
second.
did last time, wasn't it?
Yeah.
That's fine.
Yeah, it was voted on and
And he's got unlimited camping.
Yes.
I'm Rick Stevens. I'm here as a taxpayer and a concerned citizen about some stuff that's occurred this past few months with the park board and some accusations that were made. I was asked to resign due to some false accusations, so I stepped down that night at the park board meeting. Now I'm here tonight to request that you have a park board member resign due to being prejudiced and making comments about people being trailer trash, and for making false accusations against the past park board superintendent, that when the State Board of Accounts stepped in on it, my understanding from the legal side of the county was he was found not at fault. So at this time, I'm asking, as a concerned citizen in the county of Ripley County, that Owen Midshofer resign his position on the park board.
well, that's a new one for me. I don't know how to go about that. Never had to deal with that. Take a vote on whether he stays, goes, what?
I don't know.
Well, just my thought. I'm not really sure, honestly, without going back and look. I don't know who appointed.
Judge can.
But it's a appointed position. Just my 2 cents, I think it's up to Judge King whether or not.
That is correct, right, Owen?
Yes.
Judge King?
Yes.
Because I thought you and Charlie came from the judge's office, and Rachel and Scott came from the council, and I come from the commissioners.
So being there, I mean, I've served on county boards for
He
30
needs to
years.
come and speak at the center.
You can actually
So you can hear.
schedule I don't think it's recorded anyway. You can actually schedule an executive session to discuss any board positions or positions of employment, things like that. It's one of the only things you can do in an executive session. You do not have But yeah, I'll come. Gotcha. I wasn't thinking, yep, no, as soon as you said that, I knew, so, that's,
Is the recording going?
It says here, it says stop streaming and everything else, but then it said it crashed, but then it come back up and s- on here.
Becky just said that she logged in and got it back up, so it is back to streaming.
So I can't see anything on here. It says that it's streaming, but she told me not to ever cancel the streaming.
Yeah, you hit streaming, and that's it.
Yeah.
You don't hit stop.
I don't touch it again until I get the. So. So it is going. Okay, cashier's check.
so we'll
Okay.
tell Rick, we'll take it under advisement, Rick, and we'll have a meeting on it, and
Lewis, cashier's check.
Mhm.
Yes. Right? Lewis, cashier's check,
or cash.
or cash.
Preferably, I would say preferably cashier's check, then there's no,
That's a paper trail.
that's exactly right.
Cashier's check will be fine.
Can I come back up to Mike?
Yes.
Yeah,
So Tristan texted me back. Last year, there was 386 for the truck drags. That was pit passes sold, and 214 for the tractor pulls. And that was 23. 24 was 374 pit passes for the truck drags and 149 for the tractor pulls. So that was the total for those 2 years.
What was it again for 24?
374 for the truck drags and 149 for the tractors. So, and then to your discrepancy, and this may be a mistake on Tristan, I don't think that he has the grandstands added into here. I think that's what the difference is. This is just pit passes.
Grandstands ain't supposed to be added in there.
Huh?
Grandstands is not supposed to be added in
You don't get $2 in the grandstands? Oh, well, then you're not getting 2,500 this year then.
there. No.
Because I added $2 for every head in the grandstands.
I thought years ago when I was on the fire department and we counted it,
We've always,
I thought it was $2, we always done $2 from the pits, and it was $1 a head out of the grandstand that we turned in.
I've only ever done the $2 out of the grants, out of
I
the.
was gonna say, the 15 or 18 years I was on the fair board, it was $2 from pit passes, and nothing out of the grandstands. I know
well,
that.
then,
But you want to come look at this? But even at that, our check, it says that our check from, that was 2023, our check from there, we only got $100 or $1,000. So that would still be off,
he's showing
right?
1,200 for 23 and 1,046 for 24.
Well, that's what they were, it was supposed to be $1,000.
So was the error made in 2022 or 2023?
Error was made in 2023.
23?
I'll say it was all before I was here, so I have no
So
idea.
why aren't we correcting it instead of going this?
That's what my question was all along.
I don't know who voted to do it the way they're doing it. I have no idea.
Or it needs to be, you
But I
just
would
need to
love for it
change
to be
checks and be
just-
done right.
That would be great.
Let's put it this way, Kyle, I don't know how you wanna do it this year. I mean, depending on how you guys wanna do it. I know from when I was on the fair board, it was $2 for pit passes, nothing for grandstand events. I know that for a fact.
Okay.
But when we have this other board meeting, this joint board meeting, you will have it in black and white
Okay, that'll be perfect.
from here on.
And I'll come to the next meeting. I'll have to refigure everything because I know that I refigured money for the grandstand. So that number will be different than what I gave you tonight. All right?
So why don't you do this? Why don't you figure out what the total was for sure this year? And what the total is that the discrepancy is still there, and bring it all back to us next week.
Okay. The joint meeting that you're having, I won't be able to be at. I'm taking family vacation, so.
That's fine.
But your guys' next meeting, I'll have a dollar amount to make everything equal
But you know what
going
Rachel's
forward.
asking for.
Yeah,
Yeah.
The
Absolutely.
discrepancy from before
Yep,
and the total for this year.
okay, all right, I'll do that.
So you'll be at the November meeting?
Yeah, when is that? So I can
First Wednesday of
First Wednesday.
November.
First Wednesday.
So the 5th?
Yes. At 7 o'clock. Thank you, Kyle.
Park board members' updates and concerns.
The only one I've got is I'd like to ask what kind of a rate Reese Across America would have for renting the commercial building for, what days that is, when we get Reese shipped to us and unload there, then we distribute them from there. It'd be, depends what day the wreaths come in, but I'm assuming it'd probably be December 8th, 9th, 10th, and possibly the 11th. In the past, Christie's unloaded them with the forklift. Like last year, Baxter employees come and help us dump all the boxes, recount them, and then people, their cemeteries start picking them up the evening of the 8th, the 9th, and the 10th, and then they're out of there.
What's a building rent for?
Commercial building's 200.
Any thoughts?
How many days you gonna have it on?
Probably Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, we should be out of, if everyone comes and pick it up, so it's Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday.
All day, every day?
Well, it depends what time they show up on Monday, because we never know when bailers comes and, you know, we'd like to have, we'd be great if they come on Friday, but in the past is this the third? In the past 3 years, they've always showed up on that Monday. Then we're done. We tell everyone they've got to be there Tuesday and Wednesday to pick them up, because I've got a convention to go to on Thursday.
Baylor comes and drops them off, and I unload them, and they sort them out, and the schools and the different churches and organizations, like Legion and stuff, come and pick them up, and then to go and lay on the certain cemetery.
So basically, you're thinking guaranteed it would be a combination of 2 full days.
2.5 days.
Yeah, 2.5. Just depends what time they show up on Monday. Generally, they're there late morning. And I'm generally there Wednesday until 6 o'clock.
You got any thoughts, Richard? My thoughts is you're guaranteed they're gonna be 2 days. I know, and I know it's the past and we gotta get this knocked down and drug out and all that stuff. But I know if I had an auction up there, or if I was there a half day before setting up, I didn't get charged for that. So I'm gonna say, he's saying he don't know when they're gonna be there Monday. They could pull in there at 4 o'clock.
Yeah.
So Tuesday and Wednesday's what I'm looking at. So if it's $200 a day, it'd be $400.
How you feel, Rachel? Same?
Yeah.
So,
Need a motion?
I do have a question though. They don't have the whole commercial building. Because by the time he puts them in there, I'll have boats and stuff stored in over half of it.
Well, that makes a difference.
Well, that's on.
So is there a reason we're using the commercial building?
Because there's electric in it if he needs the lights, because we'll have the Christmas lights set up, so they unplug the Farm Bureau building and stuff.
And probably you
Because
get
one year we used a Farm Bureau building because.
That was the year Josh didn't set the lights up.
Mhm.
that it's probably easier for the semi to get
Yeah, it
to the
is.
commercial building.
It's easier to get the semi in
If
there.
if we know the Farm Bureau building's not being used, we can use it. But are they gonna have anything in it?
No, I don't think so. I mean, as far as the Christmas lights,
Right.
no, they shouldn't, but I mean,
Are they
He
setting
sets
up
up-
this year?
he says he is, and I've asked to.
Has he brought paperwork?
No,
We didn't get no paperwork
If
for
we-
last year.
if we don't get paperwork, he ain't setting them up.
He,
That's my opinion.
he says he is, and I've asked him if we can start like pulling some of the big houses out so we can get the other lights down and start going through them and seeing what works and what doesn't, and, you know, get them fixed.
So
and-
them didn't go home?
No, I think some stuff went home, because I've seen it outside, but no, the houses and everything are in the barn.
Well, but we need to get
If we can
on
set in the
this.
Farm Bureau building, we can make the Farm Bureau building work and it'd be a lot cheaper. Because it rents for how much?
Well, I would say being part of that's rented out, we can probably do, like, cut the rate on the commercial building, being it's not,
Just give him the rate of
The whole
the Farm
building.
Bureau building.
Or, you know, we can make the Farm Bureau building work if they're not using it for lights. What weekends would he be showing? I mean, what's he gonna have set up in there?
Oh, he's not gonna have anything set up in there, he just takes the power to that. Remember, because last year's
Mhm.
why you didn't have power to that, to.
Because we gotta have lights.
Didn't we tell him he had a certain time?
Yes, it did.
Do we know when that was?
Look back in the minutes. I don't know.
Well, I think we need to be in contact with him again.
Well, I've asked him if he was setting up.
I thought he'd come in and said,
He was gonna
last
give it
year
one
was
more year.
it.
They did.
He did, but then he come back in January or February and said he was gonna do one more year.
Had to be a meeting I wasn't at, because I don't remember that.
I remember it, and I remember I thought we set a certain date that he had to make a decision, either get the stuff out or sign a new contract.
Well, the way I look at it, we got somebody right here wanting to use the Farm Bureau building, and we ain't got nothing signed by him, so
True.
I'm sorry. I mean,
April meeting, Josh stated that they would be moving their light display back home after they will assist in setting up the lights that the park has accumulated for this year. That was in April.
They'll be moving it back home?
Yeah, that's what he said, but hold on, that was what he said in April. But then he come back again. I don't have when he come back again. He come back again and said that he was gonna set him up, he would try one more year.
okay, that's fine, but we need his his nonprofit thing and that stuff.
Well, he was not a nonprofit because it had gone to the wayside. They never had paid, they did the filings and everything else.
Yeah, he didn't have the proper
Well, and
paperwork for the,
And what was that agreement?
for,
Did we get, supposed to get part of that?
last year we let it go with what he set up and stuff.
and we asked for financials and he never did.
It never
He
did,
never supplied.
never supplied anything, yeah.
Nothing.
Yeah, because apparently,
Nothing.
No.
from the previous agreement, there was supposed to be a checking account set up and
Yes,
everything else?
yes.
Nothing. Who knows what happened to the money? There's never any.
So you
account
think
set.
you can use the,
Farm Bureau building
I
will
make a
work.
mo.
Farm Bureau building's what they used to use.
I know, that's
The-
where we've always went and picked the grease up. So how much is the
What's it
Farm
rent
Bureau
for?
building?
30, is it 35 or 50? I don't even know.
Farm Bureau building,
What,
how
for
much is it? Farm
the
Bureau
Farm
building.
Bureau building is 60 a day.
Oh, 60 a day.
So, I'll make a motion, $120.
A second.
Rob made the motion to rent Reese of America, the Farm Bureau building, for $60 a day
For 2 days.
for 2 days. Seconded by Rachel. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
Thank you.
Following on updates and concerns, I have had quite a few phone calls since last month, but, I would like for, as a board member, I would like for the rates of all the buildings and grounds publicized on our website.
Okay.
They used to be there, and, I mean, they're not there now, I don't know why, but that way there's no questions. I mean, anybody can go to the website, and if you want that building, this is what it's gonna cost you.
Didn't realize it wasn't on there. I don't know that I've ever been on it.
It's not on there.
We were having trouble with Becky updating everything, so we just had to call the office for the fees. But it's listed there at the office, and I had to, last year, beginning of this year, I had to turn that in to State Board of Accounts, the list and everything else, that he had verification, so. But I'll see if she can get it back on.
Yeah, I'm done.
Okay. Well, Rob took one of mine, so I only have one left. I just want to make sure that it's in the minutes so that everybody is aware, because I think we talked about it at the last meeting, that the electric, we're still in the process of working on that. And you received a couple bids so far, is that correct?
Mm-hmm. Yes, the electric, we've gotten bids on it, for update and everything else. We've been dealing with Duke, with Jenny from Duke, and she's let us know what we need to bring in to upgrade the electric as far as more power and everything. I was in the process in writing a grant to Duke for some of that fee and everything. So we would have been a lot further along had we not been stopped before, so.
Chrissy, can I ask you a question about grants?
Okay.
Do you put letters of support in your grant materials?
Come up here, Dave.
4-H?
Dave, come up here, please.
Dave Osborne, County Extension Director for 4-H and Extension. Do you request, like the not-for-profits that are holding events at that fairgrounds, to provide you letters of support?
No, I don't.
You need to.
Some of the grants don't ask for it, some of them just ask for us to do a letter and stuff, but
Okay. Well, rural development that helps with grants down here, do you work with them at all?
I haven't, no.
You need, because some of the, like Rising Sun Foundation and those foundations want those grants to go through there. They will share with you how much letters of support raise you on the deal. And if it's electric and stuff like that, to get the fire department to do that and the 4-H to do that and the tractor club to do that and all that, it's going to jump your grants up. And the reason I asked that is I'd heard you applied for some grants and didn't get them, and I didn't think we were ever requested to support that support material goes a long, long way for some of these granting agencies. So I'd recommend as you do that, work with the rural development, see if they suggest getting letters of support, because I think over the years, the grants we got out there were done because we jointly showed a united effort between several not-for-profits in the county. And we'll be happy to help with that.
Thanks, Dave.
I do have, I'll let you, this can be on mine or whatever. I do have a grant that is going through the Board of Health to finish the floor in the bathroom. They called, said that they had money. Wanted to know if we had anything that we needed that would be health-wise or anything like that. So we thought the floor for cleanliness in the bathroom and slip-resistant and everything else, so we did. I'm waiting to hear back on that.
Ben's bathrooms was brought up. The bathrooms in the end of the extension building, are they unlocked for public use?
No,
Is there a reason why?
well, we haven't because
People were stealing toilet paper out of them.
stealing toilet paper and vandalism
When they
and
were
everything
sitting
else.
in the, line for the food pantry, people were carrying toilet paper out and putting it in their vehicles.
Vandalism, rocks down the toilets.
The reason I'm asking is I got a rather blunt phone call, and then I got 2 other phone calls concerning that. And they asked me if I knew, and I said, well, they used to be unlocked all the time, because when we went on ranger rides and stuff, but that was one of the pit stops, there's no question about it. And so I've asked a couple people that it is a county, the county did put that there, and then we're supposed to be public bathrooms, so that's my concern. I mean, if somebody's stealing toilet paper out of them, we got them on video, call the police department.
We don't have a video on that. But I've also, because of damages and stuff like that, I've also talked to the commissioners, and they're in the feeling, if I have an event up there, I open it up and I clean it and everything. I take care of it. If I don't have an event, but 4-H has let people use the extension office, the conference room over there for their meetings and stuff like that, then they should be responsible for it. I got a call last week about bathrooms smelling, and I asked, because they have a maid that comes in once a week. I went over there though and checked on them because we haven't used them. I haven't had anybody in there on my part or anything. Went over there and checked them, and there was nothing wrong with the restrooms, but there was a light ripped down off the ceiling, and we haven't had anybody in there. They're all going through the extension office to get into that conference room and then using those restrooms. So I did ask the commissioners, and they feel that if they're letting people in and everything, that they're responsible for it. But I did get a text last week when I was at a family dinner about restrooms, when people are up there walking, because they're up there trying to walk and there's no restrooms open. And I said, nothing's open unless it's rented and stuff. And they said, well, it's a public. I said, well, the Osgood Trails are public too, and there's no restrooms there open. So, but the vandalism, how do you?
Okay.
What do you do?
I don't know. I'm just saying that,
I mean, like on the vandalism we've had before, and it hasn't been as bad, so I haven't had to deal with it, but I know what was turned into county or Osgood Town Police, they really don't do nothing. So,
Now, on that, this is on a different subject, but the guy that ran over the metal, we had a bill of $732 to replace the metal that he ran over and damaged, and I got a check this week for $500 for it. So $232 was 8 for those damages. But that was outside. But just saying, that's what I'm dealing with as far as vandalism and stuff like that.
So the police department negotiated the $500, or we negotiated the $500?
I didn't negotiate nothing. He
negotiate
went to the courts. He went through, because it
That's
was
what the court,
delayed
I'm
early,
guessing.
So the court negotiated on our behalf, or did they?
I guess.
Where did the check come from? The person, the individual, or from the courthouse?
Ripley County Courts.
So can we find out if that was the total amount that we're gonna get, or was that just a payment?
What I do, just call Judge,
Or
or
call
call
the
the
clerk's office?
clerk's office
Call the clerk's office.
and ask. Okay.
Would it be the clerk's or the auditor?
I mean, either
It'd be the
one should
clerk.
have- Yeah, the clerk should
Clerk-
have.
Does it
that.
come
Clerk
through the
should have
Ripley County
the law,
clerk?
Or the ruling.
The only other thing we could do is come mix spring, let's try and open a set back up and see what happens.
Is the courthouse, like if I go over here to the courthouse now, is those bathrooms, outside bathrooms open now? They're not?
They're only open when activities are going on.
Is the ones in the music center open? Do you know, Jim?
That's the town.
I'm 99 or 92% sure that they are, but I can't guarantee it.
I don't know.
Yes, sir.
I got a question for the board or for Christie on what was the determination of the odor in the restroom? Was it that facilities weren't flushed, or you just had
I
odor?
went in there and I didn't really see,
I found out what it was when I got in on Friday morning. It had been so long since we used it that all the sewage P-traps.
P-traps dried up.
It was letting sewage.
well, when I went in and checked, and that's the first thing I do after an event on the other bathrooms too. After an event, I automatically go in there and flush all the urinals, just.
So-
Sometimes those urinals and commodes don't fill that floor drain back far enough, and it actually lets gas come in the floor drain. So Friday morning, I poured a 5-gallon bucket of water down all the floor drains, and there was a smell in there Friday morning. It wasn't horrible, but I've smelled that before, and the same thing happens in our bathrooms in the extension office, and we have to pour water down them, so. But that's what I found out. Once I poured water down them, any of the smell went away.
So what about the light? Did you know anything about the light?
We went and looked at it. I mean, it was definitely down off the thing, and one of the lights was broke off, so we're actually gonna replace that light, because 4H is on, probably the only ones that were in there, but the way kids are breaking into those things, who knows how they got in or broke in or something like that. But, I don't mind, what I'll do with 4H is, I'll just be honest with you, I'm gonna put a sign on there for our 4Hers not to use them before we use our extension office. Because our lady who cleans the office has been on the same amount of money for about 6 or 8 years, and she's requested an increase, but didn't get in the budget, because I didn't get it until after the budget went in. And I can't ask her to clean that many more commodes and everything, so we're just not gonna let our people use it, so.
Who all else uses the
The
meter?
only other group that's non-4H
Is the farm club?
is the farm club.
I know they use, when I've been to meetings there, I know a lot of them older gentlemen use it quite often.
Well, I would think the farm club, because they're a client of the park, and they have an event out there, that would be a park event, not a 4-H event. But meters.
Does the county use it anymore?
Yeah, we have talked to them on that.
I didn't know they used it anymore.
So I'm fine with having our 4-H groups use our facilities, and then they're not gonna mess those up. But the farm club is a client of the park, so I would think that would be a part.
Something to address with Chad then.
Anything else?
I don't know.
Let's see, park manager update, I guess the 4-H contract, that was discussed earlier, so.
I gave you a general contract for Lions Club for rental. It's just general, for you guys to look over and make any,
Some of this.
yeah, I can't see that far, sorry, Rob. To make any, general, but, I don't know, Lions Club does donate to us through the year, like this year, they put the flowers around, the Homemakers building, and then they do pay electric for having their, so I don't know if you want me to put that in there somewhere, or what you guys want. That's just for you guys to go over, so that we can have it for the next meeting, make any revise or whatever.
And don't they take care of most of the, out there around front where the sign is and the
They take care of
landscaping?
around that flower bed there, and they've also come up and helped, clean stuff, pressure wash the fence,
The flag.
help clean roofs, the flags. They do come up and help quite a bit on, other tasks and stuff I have throughout the year there. So if I do, last year, one of them come up and helped me, push snow even. Brought their own personal, Beardy, brought his own personal up when I was up there trying to push snow. We got the big snow and helped with that, so. That was just a general that I found to use.
Don't they, do they usually give us a certain amount every year for, electric?
250,
How much?
250, just for their freezers underneath the grandstands that they have plugged in for like the month fair and stuff. So they do pay electric for that.
I think it's something we need to look over and bring up next meeting, but,
Well, that's why I gave it to you,
Yep.
just so you can start looking over, get an idea, make notes.
but I'm gonna say something, maybe I'm off key saying this, but if I'm stepping on somebody's toes, I'm sorry. You know, this is brought up and, well, they donate to us and they do this and they do that. And we're okay with that. But we got a contract floating back and forth, flying back and forth more than the freaking jet in World War II with the 4-H Corporation, because we're worried about how much money we're getting from them. I know that there was $600 worth of stone put down up there that came out of the 4-H this year. And I got a report from the horse and pony people that over the past, from 2021 to 2025, I'm not saying out of their budget, but they got grants, they've got help, whatever. It didn't come from our budget, let's put it this way. $51,746.79 plus the sand that was put in there. So I ain't gonna get in no heated discussion or no discussion at all tonight, but I think we need to generalize everything. And if somebody comes in and helps and stuff, that's great and stuff, but I don't think we need to, well, we need to look at this one this way and this one that way and that one that way.
When the prices are set, they need to be the same.
They need to be
across the board.
set, they need to be done, and I'm sorry.
I've listed the dimensions on the,
Okay, and I'm sorry, I listened to the commissioners' meeting today, and it was made very, very clear that these 5 members up here run this park board. They don't want no part of it. So, that's why I think it needs to be handled. And I just want that on record, and, that's all I got to say.
I think you're right. So. Any other comments on that? Anything else?
no, Halloween dance.
I see you got competition.
Why?
Legion's having a dance, I think, same day. I've seen it advertised today.
Well, I've had 5 people call the reserve campsites for it and everything else. I mean, we've had good, so,
Kinda like where I seen it posted at.
The Legion and Osgood,
Mm-hmm.
well, they can walk from there.
Yeah.
I might get a peek.
They probably will have to.
so. We've had ours out there. I mean, it's been posted. We've been sharing it and everything else, so hopefully we'll see how it goes, and maybe next year we can expand and have more of a, kids' activities or something through the day, and then a dance for them at night. And the next, I've given you update on KOI, so he said,
Did he say okay on the,
okay, yeah.
and do we have a date on that?
24th through the 26th,
Of,
Friday night, Saturday, October 7th.
So they are gonna rent it then,
That's what he said. I don't have cash in hand right now, so,
or a signed contract?
yeah, so,
did we,
I was gonna say, did we give a date that he needed to do that by?
I told him it had to be paid before the event ever even thought about happening, and he says, okay, is it okay to mail it to you? I said, that's fine, I gave him the address, I said, but I have to receive it before,
It's posted all over the place on Facebook.
yeah. he's got it posted everywhere.
think we need to receive it by the 20th at the latest.
So, yeah, he's got it posted everywhere.
Backing up a little bit here, did we send the letter to Lisa?
Yes,
And,
no,
okay,
she had another event in Greensburg, so, and then she's got another one at, Use Your Horse Park in Edinburgh.
okay.
Next question. On his, he is just renting the grandstand and
Camping.
camping. So, if somebody's out there doing food, they probably need to rent a space, correct?
Depends where they do it at or what, or, I mean,
Because that side's not rented.
yeah, I mean, depends where they do it at. I mean, like when fire department does food
Now,
during,
if they do it over in the grandstand side,
If they do it in the pits or on the grandstand side,
That's under his-
that's his baby.
yeah. He doesn't even use the grandstands, right?
I mean, there might be a few people that come over from the pits and sit in.
Okay, but what I'm getting at is,
yeah,
That
he's
area.
got it rented. It
That
don't matter
area,
if
yeah.
he uses it or not.
He
he's
uses the
he's
pit.
got from the grandstand wall to the
To
road.
the
Yeah.
road.
Yeah.
Yes. So, I told him, and when he got there, I'd give him camping tags, and he was responsible for collecting fees from his people for camping, and when they paid their fee, they're to put he's to give them a tag and put it in their window.
So I guess really
Because if I'm
We
up
thought we
there
was
and
keeping-
I
I
don't,
thought it was unlimited camping.
we thought it kept you out of the,
yeah,
no,
So technically, we don't need to supply them with tags.
I thought it was unlimited camping.
yeah, because you.
he's gonna collect the camping, but I told him to
But
collect.
he don't pay us for it. His fee covers that.
So, well, I look, if he wants to tag them, when did he?
Yeah, so if he don't charge him for camping, that's his problem.
Well, that's what I'm saying, but if I got somebody else that goes up there and camps or says they want to, or whatever, I'm just gonna tell him, if they haven't paid him, then they're paying me.
He probably ain't gonna charge him.
Going to the park. Oh, he's already listed it, $50 a weekend.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he's already listed it. He's already put it on there that.
The only other thing is though, that you're probably gonna have to go up to see who or what's doing.
I'll be up there.
Are you guys doing food for it or?
He has asked us, but we've never got a direct answer that they was doing it. And so now I gotta bring it to the club to see if we're gonna do it. They're not really excited.
He's
Is that where
listed
you
it on
word it,
everything.
Monica?
He's listed it on everything that you guys are doing it.
Well, I know, but, you know. So how much are we gonna get charged for use of whatever?
Depends on what you use.
Where are you setting up at? I mean, what are you
Yep.
doing, what?
I don't know what we're gonna do. We won't do much.
I mean, a shelter's $40. I mean, is that where you're setting up
You
at?
talking about
or-
like junior leader shelter?
If we use that, or if we use,
Any shelter's $40.
or if we do the, one year we did it, what building is it down there?
15.
15. And what's charging that one?
65, ain't it?
75. 75 for building 15.
So the junior leader shelter is 40, and then,
Shelters are 40, building 15 is 75.
75 per day. Okay.
Does that 40 cover water and electric for something like that though?
40's that shelter, yeah. Covers, and every shelter has electric on it, or has electric on it, and the water out there at it. So,
Well, Lions Club will have a meeting tomorrow night, we'll decide what we're gonna do.
I have another question. Can we do something, October 4th, we were supposed to have a wedding up there. They've canceled the wedding. They signed the contract and everything, but they didn't put anything down. They were gonna pay it when they come up, picked up the check, or the keys and stuff like that. Can we do a thing, anything like that? It's a 50% non-refundable deposit. I mean, that's what I do with my bus.
Yep, I don't.
I mean,
Because
can
we
I-
had a non-refundable clause on KOI, didn't we?
yeah. So that's why can we do a motion?
So, do we not have deposits on any of these buildings?
They don't usually put a deposit on them. So do a 50% non-refundable, that's what I'm,
Yep,
and that's,
I'll make a motion.
I'll second it.
50% non-refundable deposit if you're renting the building.
Paid in advance.
Paid at signing of the contract, of rental. Balance due it first day of rental.
I'll make motion on seconded, all in favor?
Uh,
Opposed?
okay, I told you about the grants through the Board of Health. My next thing is, Biggin has contacted me and they're having like an awards ceremony for some veterans, and it's at the Gibson Theater and stuff, and some of them are in wheelchairs and they can't get up on the stage and stuff. He wants to know if he can borrow 2 platforms out of the back of the stage truck. The platforms with like the little legs that raise it up about that high, just so they have something to go up on, so they're not up on the stage because they can't get up there, but they're up above the rest of the people in November. It's just 2,
2 risers.
yeah, yeah, 2, they're like just boards that like lock together, put legs underneath of them.
And it's for what event?
It's for an awards banquet for veterans and stuff, he said, in Batesville. He said all I'd need would be like 2 just to put them together, just to raise them up, so that they're a little more recognizable than the rest of the public, but they can't make it up on stage because of the wheelchairs and stuff.
Where's he having it at?
He said Batesville Gibson, but
Gibson Theater.
should be,
Thought they had a brand. Thought.
I don't, it's been so long since I've been there, I don't know.
They don't have a ramp.
They don't?
so,
When is this?
1st of November.
He's just wanting to borrow 2 risers.
2 risers, yeah.
I'll make a motion that they're the ones that are the reason we can sit here and have meetings and be free like this, so I make a motion they can borrow 2 risers.
I'll second it.
Aye.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Carried.
Where are we at on getting the final electric quotes and everything else, all the electric things that need to be done so we can start working on grants? Where are we at on that?
I have taken the ones and the information we've gotten from Duke and put a list together, and I'm submitting that out. I don't put it in the paper that we're looking for, or just put it on social media that we're looking for vendors to submit.
It probably has to go in the paper, don't it?
It has to be publicized, I would think. I would think it would have to be publicized.
Publicized in the paper or just social media, or,
I'd say it has to go in the paper, I would say,
and then,
because that's
And then
gonna be
that-
probably pretty big.
well, I've got it in 3 different areas. I got it in 3 different chunks. So, hold on, let me see if I can find it. She broke it down into building Power Shed 1, which is south part of the property. Power Shed 1, south part of the property. Power Shed 2, which is just the fair workers. This does not get used any time other than during work. We don't have anything to do with that. And then the third is Power Shed 3.
Is that the grandstands and all that?
Power Shed 3, no, that's Power Shed 4. Is the grand-
We're not looking at that at all.
Not yet, no. We're doing these 3.
But now, so is 3 the camp area?
The camp west of the
Horse barn.
west.
West of
Yeah, west of the west. So I've got all that, but I can put it in the paper that they'd have to stop by my office to pick up a detail of what, because that's the only way fair you can do a bid, is if they know apples to apples what they're bidding on. You can't just say, hey, we wanna do this.
They're gonna have to pick up a bid packet.
Yeah.
They're gonna have to follow what guidelines that we have been given.
Yes.
Is that just to upgrade the power or to replace power to the receptacle?
I think that's just to upgrade the
This,
power to the buildings, I do believe.
this is to upgrade the power to the buildings and to receptacles
To the receptacle.
in 1 and 3. So this will help with the horse barn and everything else too. Power shed 2 is just to upgrade the power to that barn, because this year they had 13 50 amp campers plugged in to a 200 amp service.
Way underpowered. There shouldn't have been near as many receptacles put on them. I love. But I suggest updating the power.
Could you please come up front?
It don't matter, it ain't video on.
Yeah, it
come
is.
up front, huh?
Uh,
I can't get it to come up.
I suggest that get the power up to snuff,
She said.
so you have enough power to distribute, for one. And I think there was quite a bit of money being spent on upgrading the plugs, in which are grounded fine. I had our inspector come and look at everything. He said they was grounded properly, so on and so forth, except for the four-way plugs, in which they would have to be bonded, in which they are. So pre-existing passes code, as far as I know. If you put in new, you got to go up to the new code. If they're going to spend all the money upgrading the plugs, to me, I would have put another new line in and then worry about updating the older stuff later. Because there's a need of more area for more campers. Kind of, me and Chrissy's been talking a little bit. She's got maybe people interested down the road to rent it, and you need more camping spots. So this is a suggestion. You may want to try to change some of the bidding on it. That's all I've got to say. Thank you.
So where would that run to,
Do you mean
what he's talking?
west, more towards the field, west,
Coming from,
the horse barn, west?
yeah, but he said a whole new line, so coming from out of the fairgrounds in,
It'd be coming from shed number 3.
They would update the power if the one that does the west side anyway. So you'd upgrade more to make sure for replacement later, plus the new.
I'll have to look at it.
It's a field trip day, if you guys are available.
Mm-hmm.
I said that's a field trip day.
When?
And I'll be willing to go with y'all when you go kind of look at things. So kind of what I've been trying to explain.
That's a good question. So I'm not gonna start running beans like tomorrow or Friday, and I'm gonna get up here.
And I'm leaving Tuesday,
You're leaving Tuesday for,
Florida for a week.
so,
Bills. I think we've all looked at it.
Yeah, I've looked at it.
Okay.
that's what I passed.
Make a motion, we pay them.
I'll make a motion to pay the bills.
A second.
Additional seconds. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
We've covered all the other stuff, right? Mm-hmm. We've covered it, section 8, ain't we? Office, other than the office being closed on October 13th, that's a national or government holiday.
Covered what?
On section 8 of the agenda, the upcoming
Oh.
events,
Oh, yeah. That's just let you guys know.
you got anything else?
I don't have anything else.
I make a motion, we adjourn.